And if you can remember these two beautiful people, Mr. Ralston, Jay Ralston, and his wife, Miss Kitty, if you can remember Dr. Douglas Brown, who's one of our special guests, always supporting our show. And remember what they're saying today, and make a difference in your life. Okay? So we're going to move into special presentation, another special presentation today with Melody Alskay. She's one of our co-producers on the show. And then we have one question over here, and go ahead.
There's a passage in the Bible that talks about us being
Wait, hold your thought, please, sir. Okay.
There's a passage in the Bible, Psalm 139, where it says how uniquely each of us were created. May I read that? I have my Bible.
Thank you.
Can I read that?
Thank you. Oh, and I tell you what, could you hold on that for just a moment, and we'll come back to that towards the end of the show, okay? But because we have another presentation to do, and I just for a moment, before we leave this thought, I'm looking over here and I see Miss Kitty's daughter, okay? And I want to ask her.
There's mine.
How do you deal with your mom and MS? Is it a big deal to you? This is Mariah. Okay, thank you so much, Mariah, for being here today. Okay, look at the love here. That's some love here. Okay, all right.
So yeah, that's a big deal.
Put it up a little closer.
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a big deal, but we just take it one day at a time. Honestly, it is what it is. It could be worse. So we just like to give her a lot of love and attention and affection.
You know, Mariah, we talk a lot about family being affected by one person's disability in the family, okay? Depending on the severity, how severe it is, okay? With you, I mean, you had to grow up with your mom. What are some of the challenges that you had to overcome, and how can you help other people, especially, you're a beautiful young lady, okay? And I'm sure you have friends that have come over to your house and said, what's wrong with your mom, right? Okay. Okay, all right. And you know, and the first thing I want to say, Peter, is I don't see anything wrong with her. Okay, so what do you mean what's wrong with my mom? What's right with my mom? Let's focus on what's right with my mom. And what's right with her mom, it must be something really good because she's holding on to that hand really tight. Okay? And so, just as a joke, I just have to get into this for a minute. Okay? This is the Dr. Applewhite in me, okay? Your parents did it. And they're still doing it. And they made you. Okay? I mean, people don't think about that, Mariah. Most people in our society don't think about people with disabilities having a good time, loving each other, sexually enjoying each other, dating, okay, going to movies, okay? All right, just having fun. Okay? And I'm noticing now as I'm getting out, and I actually just started riding a bus a few years ago, okay? And yeah, because I stopped driving, because one of the reasons I stopped driving is because of the fact that I was hit by a drunk driver, and I do take medicine. So what would it look like for me to be behind the wheel of a car and something happened to someone else? So I couldn't deal with that. You know what I mean, Manny? I couldn't deal with that, all right? So I stopped driving, but now I'm taking this bus. And on this bus, I've learned so much. Talk about experiences, okay? Talk about being in that boiling water as an egg, okay? Dr. Brown, we appreciate you so much for being here right now, okay? Did you have something else that you wanted to say to us? Okay, because we're going to move on real quickly to Melody. We're a little bit over on time, okay? And we have I have another person I want to acknowledge in the room too, but we'll do that at the end here. Melody is one of our student interns with whiteappleinsitute.org. She has come to us and said, listen, I want to work with veterans, I want to work with people with disabilities, you know, what can I do to help you, okay? And she came in and rolled up her sleeves, and she's just done marvelous things, okay, for White Apple Institute. I just want to give her a hand. Thank you so much. So now what she'd like to do for just a moment, I'd like to indulge your time. It's going to take what, 5 minutes for you to just tell us a little bit about. Okay, yes, right. And you see, one of the things that we talk about a lot, and why we wanted to, Melody's been here since the beginning of the Differently Abled Network also, is that we wanted people to be able to come and ask for what they need to succeed. And what we found out is that they don't know how to ask. So the Differently Able Network has to actually teach some people how to even ask for what they need to succeed. So Melody has developed an exercise that she'd like to share with us on mindfulness. Please. Oh, you go to, let's make it clear that you go to Southwest Healing Institute of Arts, right?
Yes, Southwest
Okay.
Institute of Healing Arts. I attend, like they said, we're students too, so I attend that online. And I'm also a working mom, and it's a lot of fun, being so busy. I'm sure Lucy can tell you about that. But the work that we do is so important, and that gives me the drive to just keep on coming and keep on doing and just keep on trying to make the world a better place for everybody. But right now, our funds are low, so just excuse my little demonstration here.
Doing the best we can. Doing the best we can. What is that?
Right now, if you can see in the jar, there's a little angel fairy that is in there. But during the day,
I love it.
our minds get cluttered with stress, with worry, with all kinds of fears, as somebody once said before, and things that can come into our day to distract us from our main focus or our main intention. As the jar is clearing, if you would all just take a moment to breathe and let it out, and breathe and let it out. And one more time, breathe, and let it out. Now you can see the jar is clear, or at least clearer than it was a few moments ago. Okay, and what I'm going to ask you to do now that we're kind of relaxed, or what we call grounded, it's a moment when Dr. Brown was saying before that you become part of your universe. You become part of what is going around. But the main focus now is going to be on yourself and what you need. I gave you a little handout. And if you can just jot down something that you know that you need.
That's an apple.
No kidding.
Oh, yeah. It is a white apple. It is a white apple. There you go. There you go. Okay.
And we'll take a few moments. And as you're doing it, you can just pay attention to your own breath and awareness. And
Is that true self thing that you Dr.
Well-
Brown is always talking about? Is that you want them to get inside of themselves
Inside
right now?
themselves,
And
and-
what do you want them to do with this?
just write down one thing that they need to succeed. Just for time's sake, just try to think of one thing that you need.
Now, let me just elaborate a little bit here on the fact that, remember our topic for today was the perception of disability, okay? And we perceive people with that when we hear the name or think of the word disabled, do we think of them as productive and successful and beautiful, okay? And mind you, when I say beautiful, I know some of the men in here is like, okay, okay, all right? But when I say beautiful, you know what I mean when I say a beautiful person? Like Mr. Ralston, Jay Ralston, you are a beautiful person, okay? And I mean that. But when we look at each other, getting back to that true self again, right, Dr. Brown? We don't usually see that because we look at that outer self again, don't we? That spacesuit. Okay, so what you want them to do, if I'm correct, you want them to write down, first off, they have to determine what success really means to them. Okay, so what does success really mean to you? Because I don't think you're talking about money.
No,
And I don't think you're talking about a
absolutely
job.
not. I don't have any of those.
No, okay? So you're talking about what we need to succeed, in our relationship with our higher power? Is that kind of like where you're going with
Yes,
this?
there's an actual, if you remember, we discussed, I didn't have the handout today. Miss Penny, I think, couldn't make it.
Yes, yes.
We have somebody who does our news media thing, and I had given her this article from the Veterans Administration. They are pouring millions of dollars into mindfulness training for PTSD sufferers. It's just an alternative medicine for them, and their focus is, if you look here, it's on me and self-care, and then professional care, community, and then your whole health together. So what we're gonna try to do is we're gonna try to take care of me and self-care. And then as a community together, we can kind of get people where they need to be.
Well, Melody, while they're passing out some things, and I don't know who has a pen and who doesn't have a pen and who would like
I
to do
gave
this
pens,
exercise.
yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
I gotta go back to something that Miss Kitty said.
Mhm.
Okay. And so bottom line is, you're saying that you really work on overcoming some things in order to get into to really focus on the self. Because she said something about what the term you used was, I had to get selfish. Okay? Now see, I gotta be careful with that, because a lot of people use selfish and they think it's a terrible thing. But what you're saying is that the self is important. It doesn't mean that I'm forgetting you. Okay? We're not forgetting any of these other things, but you want us to start with me first, right? Okay? So remember that as we're going through this exercise. Okay? And just take a few moments. And do you mind if some of you would share with us what came to your mind when we said, ask for what you need to succeed? What did you write in the white apple?